Hello! Welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video. Today we are making a 2026 vision board. This was my vision board for 2025 and I had never done one before 2025, but I loved it so much, so we're bringing it back to 2026. I love making New Year's resolutions, but they don't always get done. And oftentimes I'll just write them on a list in my journal and then I forget about them. If it's something that I'm doing every day, then I don't usually forget about it, but usually they get put on a list and then I don't really look back on them, so they don't often get done. So this year for 2025, I was like, I want to put them on a little paper that I will hang over my bed or by my dresser or wherever that I'll look at every single day. And so that's what I did. So then every single day I was looking at this, and so many of these goals were actually accomplished in 2025, which is rare from how I do New Year's resolutions normally. So loved this. So we're gonna make another one for 2026 because it worked so well. To be honest, I didn't do every single goal on here. There are a couple I didn't get to, but it made it so easy, and I looked at it every single day and I was focused on them because I was looking at them all the time, and it was so fun to make too. So we're gonna make a 2026 one because I have some goals that I want to accomplish in 2026. I have some New Year's resolutions and I wanted to make a vision board because now is the new year. So going into 2026, I want to start with a vision board so that I can accomplish some things this year. So I have this paper with all my goals and resolutions for 2026. And today, for today's video, we are taking the list and making it into a vision board. I have this vision board book that I got last year that is just full of pictures and words, vision board type things that you can cut out and glue onto your vision board. So I'm excited to use this today. And then I just have all of my stickers. I also have this paper pad. This is where I got this size of paper to make my vision board for 2025, which worked perfectly. So there's a bunch of paper in here that I'm gonna find a kind of blank one so that I can still write things in it, and I'm gonna make my vision board. So let's jump right in. To start making my vision board, I'm just going through the paper pad book and I'm grabbing a piece of paper that didn't have a ton of stuff on it. I mean, it has a little bit of writing, but it is pretty light, so I'm able to write on top of it and put a bunch of things, and it's not too chaotic. I mean, my vision board definitely gets chaotic, but it doesn't start chaotic, so that was the idea. And then I like to start with the big things and then work my way up. So I put down the big pictures that I want on there. I printed off some pictures, any big stickers, writing my vision board 2026 on there. I just kind of start with that stuff and then move on to smaller stickers and writing, and from there move on to even smaller stickers and just fill up the whole page, but start with the big stuff and gradually move to the smallest stickers and smallest things on my vision board. And I just kind of went crazy, putting stickers everywhere. Anywhere there was even a tiny bit of space, I put a sticker there because I wanted it all filled up, and just kind of a chaotic but beautiful picture to look at and see my goals and get me excited to accomplish them this year. And it was really just so fun to just sit down for a couple hours and just craft and put stickers and pictures and just create for myself for a little bit and just reflect on 2025 and how I was with accomplishing my goals for that year, and then also looking forward to 2026 and what that will bring. I was just getting really excited and loving the process. And I did start by printing off some pictures for some of my goals, and then I also looked through that vision board book to see kind of what pictures from that book stood out as things I could use for my goals. I had written that paper down with all the goals that I wanted to do this year in 2026, and then I was just finding pictures or stickers that would fit with those goals to symbolize them, or I just wrote them on my vision board, and I was just getting so excited. So super fun project, highly recommend. They also have been totally helpful in helping me actually accomplish my goals. It's fun to look at. I look at it every day, so I'm always thinking about my goals. And in 2025, there were so many goals that I know I would not have accomplished. I probably would have forgotten about had I not looked at them every day, had they not been on my vision board. So I'm a huge fan of vision boards now. Let's talk about some of my 2026 goals, because I'm very, very excited. So the first couple goals that I printed pictures off for, I want to read the Fishers of Men series. I think there's 3 books. They're all about the life of Jesus Christ, and I want to read those. And then I've only read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe in the Narnia series, so I want to read the whole Narnia series. Obviously, I'm going to read more books. I'm an avid reader, so I definitely will read more books. I just picked a couple that I want to put on the vision board, so I make sure that I read them. And then I also want to do a Wreck This journal. I think that would be really fun. And I want to save half of my income. My family is going to Hawaii in vision board to look forward to that. 75 Hard, which is this diet exercise challenge for 75 days. And I have been learning about it, and I want to try it this year. So I think in the spring, I'm going to try 75 Hard, so that I can have a kind of winter soft. I think there's like 90-something days until April. So I want to prepare for 75 Hard to do in the spring. I also want to learn how to do the Abacus, which I don't really know much about, but it's this tool that you can use to do math in your head, and I am not very good at that, so I want to learn how to do the Abacus so that I can do mental math better. And there's 2 books that I'm working on writing this year. My second poetry book, and then a surprise book that I'm not really going to talk too much about, but I am very excited. So I'm going to be working on writing that book. I actually wrote it when I was 17, but then I haven't looked at it since, and I've been feeling the need to go back and reread it and edit it and possibly actually publish it. So that is one of my goals, is that book and my second poetry book that I'll be working on this year. My first poetry book, Embryo Poet, I published in September of 2025. It is on Amazon, published on Amazon. So one of my goals this year is to get it into a physical bookstore, like Deseret Book or Barnes & Noble or something. So that is on my vision board, one of my goals. I also want to learn the piano, specifically John Schmidt, who is in the Piano Guys. He has a book that teaches you 2 years of piano in 10 weeks. So I want to do that program and I'm like not good at piano whatsoever, so I'm excited to learn piano. Okay, let's see, what are some of my other goals? I want to go to the temple every single week. Once a week, go to the temple, which is this place of worship for me, and I want to be going there more often in my life. I also want to accomplish, by the end of the year, be able to accomplish a 5-minute plank, and I want to learn how to crochet and learn how to embroider. And then I want to go on 10 dates. I had this goal last year to go on 10 dates in 2025, and I ended up going on 18, and it was such a good goal for me. I was able to get myself out there a little bit more, and I went on 18 dates, which was awesome. So I am continuing that goal. I want to keep going on dates this year. I want to make Dubai chocolate. I haven't done that, but I want to try it, so I'm doing that. I want to send out all my postcards, which is going to be another video because I'll just explain it in that video. And then I also want to do a sticker-free year, which I'm also going to make another video for and explain that more. But basically, I don't want to buy any stickers in all of 2026. So, that sounds a little hard, but that's what we're gonna do. Another goal for this year is that I want to try out makeup. I do not have the best relationship with makeup, and when I was a lot younger in middle school, some well-meaning people said some comments that were really hard on my self-esteem, and that took me a while to get over and to forgive them for, and I have forgiven them and moved on, but they did kind of make this aversion to makeup a little bit, and I haven't really been able to get over that. I really have had makeup on probably less than 5 times in my life, and I have just been, as I've been praying and pondering about what my 2026 goals should be, I just kept thinking about makeup and how it's probably time to experiment with makeup a little bit, even if I end up not liking it and not ever wanting to do makeup again. That's totally fine. I'm totally cool if I end 2026 and I'm still like, yeah, let's not really do makeup. I'm not a huge fan. But I at least want to experiment with it and try it out before I make that final judgment, because I feel like that judgment probably should not come from my 13-year-old self. It's been long enough. I can experiment and try out makeup. So, if you have any tips, drop them in the comments. If you have any, like, beginner-friendly tips or makeup things that I should try. Definitely a beginner, so beginner-friendly tips. And also, I have really sensitive skin. So that is one worry that I'm like, it needs to be probably more on the natural side and beginner-friendly, easy for sensitive skin types. So, but yes, I do want to try out makeup, so it's on the vision board because I want to do that. And I know that goal isn't very well written. Like, most of my goals, I like doing a specific time frame or a specific way to measure them. This is what I want to accomplish this year. Try out makeup is kind of not a great goal because I don't know what try out means. Like, does that mean I have to put makeup on at least one day a week? Or, like, what does that define the goal a little bit more? But I actually wanted to keep it more ambiguous this time because I don't want to put a box on it and I have to accomplish a certain thing. I honestly just want to experiment a little bit and try it out. So I'm not going to be super specific on that goal. But this year, whatever that looks like, I do want to try out makeup a little bit more. Well, any trying out would be more than I've ever done before. So, it's on the vision board, because I want to do that. I also wanted to do some YouTube goals, but going along with defining the goal a little bit, there's not a lot I can define for YouTube that I can control. Like, I can't really say, oh, I want to monetize my channel. I need 1,000 subscribers to do that, so that's my goal here. Like, yeah, that's a good goal, but how exactly am I getting 1,000 subscribers? Like, what am I gonna do in order to accomplish that? So, while I do want to monetize eventually, and I do want 1,000 subscribers, that would be awesome. That's not where I'm at right now. And I'm trying not to worry about subscribers or analytics or anything until I hit 100 videos on YouTube, because I feel like that will teach me the most before I worry about the analytics side of things. I want to actually learn YouTube. So, one of my goals on my vision board this year is to hit 100 videos on YouTube. I think I'm at like 30 something, and we're gonna just continue to make YouTube videos. I also want to try to be more consistent with YouTube videos, and I think those are 2 goals that I can control. I can hit 100 videos, hopefully more, and I can be consistent on posting, and those are going to be my 2 goals that deal with YouTube. But I have, all of these goals. I'm very excited for them. I mentioned before that I had been praying about some of these goals, and that's true. I really have been praying and pondering about these goals for a while now, because I really want to be intentional about 2026, and I'm really excited to accomplish some of these goals. I've been praying and thinking about them, and I feel like God has directed some of them, if not all of them, and I'm excited to accomplish them. I think they'll be really fun. I think some of them will really challenge me, which is always good, and I'm excited for the progress and the growth that I foresee happening in this next year. Okay, my vision board is done. I'm so happy with it. I feel like it's so colorful. Like 2025's is kind of blue. That's kind of the main, it's definitely cool tones, I feel like. Definitely still some color, but kind of on the cool tone side. And then 2026 is rainbow, and I feel like very warmer. Lots of pops of color in there, which is really fun, and I just kept adding stickers. So there's just like random little stickers. I always add some, and then I can never convince myself to stop. Like, there's just so many stickers on here, which is so fun. So I'm in love with it. I think it's so cute. I'm excited to hang it up on my wall, and I'm excited for 2026. I feel like there's lots of cool things that are going to happen. I have lots of goals, and I'm very excited. So it was really fun to just get to craft today, and I just love putting it together. I love all the stickers. I'm obsessed with how it looks, and I'm very excited to hang it on my wall and get started on some of these goals, and I think that this will really help me stick to my New Year's resolutions this year and actually accomplish them.